A person named James is a very relaxed, stressless kind of student that has no problem completing his classwork until an unexpected someone tried to sell him drugs and James said no. James never wanted to do drugs until James got a phone call. James said, who's this? And the person on the phone replied and said, this is a doctor from Lenox Hill Hospital, and I just wanted to inform you that your mom just passed away from cancer. James started to tear. He was crying all the way home. When he got home, he went to his room and started to cry even more. He was like, why did this happen to me? He started to punch the wall to get all his anger out until he realized that blood was dripping from his knuckles. Sadness washed over him the whole day as grief hits him like a car accident. The next day, he went to school and asked the kid that wanted to sell him drugs before if he still had. He did, and James brought it from him. When class finished, he went straight home and called it a day. As he went to his room, he took the drugs in his room. The rush of the drug made him forget, like a tsunami washing away the pain, grief, and anguish. James started taking drugs after his mother died. He felt like it was the only way he could cope with the death of his mother. His friends were concerned about him. He barely went to school. If he did, he would cut class, and he always looked dazed or not himself. They decided to throw an intervention where they sit him down and talk about his problem and how they want James to seek help. James denied having a problem. He was blinded so much to what was happening to him that he lost himself in the grief of his mother and the effects of the drugs as the sorrow of his mother's death swallows his mentality. Now, James was in the street trying to make some money for himself. So James saw an elderly woman with some cash and decided to rob her. As he robbed her, James started to run, and the cops saw him with the ski mask and shot him 3 times. James fell and they took him to the hospital. When he woke up, James saw himself and realized all the things that he had done to his body was bad for himself. Not only that, but that moment in the time he decided to accept what happened to his mother and decided to go to rehab to seek treatment. During the rehab, he felt reborn like a light has shined upon him and washed all the dark energy surrounding him. After a few months, he was back to normal. We decided to do this story because grief was kind of like the most like focus of stress, and there's a lot of maladaptive ways, specifically taking drugs. So we decided to do this story because it's dealing with grief is like is kind of there's a good way and there's a bad way. So you have to deal with it with the good way, not the bad. So don't take drugs. That's it.